Hello, my name's Andy and welcome to the garage. Well, here's my next restoration. Ferrari Berlinetta 250 Le Mans. Quite badly played one, especially down the sides where it's been held. Glass looks good. Wheels look nice. It's going to be a nice one to do, this one. I hope you're looking forward to it as much as me. The doors don't open, but as you can see, the engine cover does, revealing a nice looking engine and a spare tyre that's missing, but at least the wheels there, so we shouldn't have too much problem with that. Right, we now get a chance to take a closer look at our little Ferrari. Tailgate lifts. We've lost spare wheel on the, well, we've lost the tyre off the spare wheel. Got an engine. I'm not sure if there's a bit missing there. There's a hole. Doors don't open. Glass looks reasonably good. 1, 2, 3, 4 rivets holding this little thing together. Quite a high number. One seems to be holding that rear piece in. So these two already have holes. That's got a little hole, so if I start with a little drill, I should be fine. Okay, the drilling's finished. Can now lift off our little base, metal base. Quite clean. Wheels held in on some suspension, which is actually on the cabin. Don't know if the cabin's going to come out. Be delicate with it. There it comes, and you can see the rods are actually fixed in, the suspension rods, into that very shiny engine bay and interior. Now I think could take them out. Yeah, they pull out backwards. So they're pulling out backwards, if you see that. Both the same length. Let's get a tray into position. Don't want to lose them, all the wheels. Wheels are quite nice, cracked a bit. Might be able to save them. It's quite nice. Right, let's have a look at the glass. Oh, first we've got the dashboard, silver and shiny. And the glass just comes out. Quite good glass, that's going to come up really, really well. Tailgate, oh, just lifts out. So you can see there, it was held in just there. Just a little wiggle, and it's out. And then we've got this spare wheel. It's held in by that rivet there. You can see it, that second rivet just in front of my finger. So that's going to need drilling out, because I'm not sure whether that's plastic or metal. So don't put it in the caustic soda with that in place. There we go, it was plastic, so that's okay, put that in there. So there we have our little Berlinetta. Just get the parts presented so you can see them in a second. So there we have our little Berlinetta. Metal, metal, metal. Obviously plastic, plastic, rest is plastic. wheels are maybe metal, I'm not sure yet, but they're not going to go in the caustic, I know that for sure. And that is all for the caustic, and that will be all for the ultrasonic cleaner. Right, here we have our Rover, our Peterbilt truck, and our Ferrari, both going, all three going into the caustic soda. That's why you do it outside. Should be enough there. Just leave them to simmer for 5 minutes or so. Keep looking at them. Okay, we've got the shiny, really shiny bits of our little Ferrari. They're too shiny. So what we're going to do is sling them in a container and put some oven cleaner on them to take that shine away. Get back to plastic. Right, there we go. And you can just leave that for a while and it'll be fine. This is our Berlinetta inside, out the oven cleaner. I just left it in overnight, I forgot about it, but it's going to be fine. Just put it in some warm water, get it cleaned off, and we'll be able to sort that out. As you can see, we're back with our little Corgi Berlinetta, and we're just going to dump these wheels in some warm water to get the tyres off. So I want to try and save these tyres. I'm a tyre down anyway. Hopefully I'll have a spare for the one that goes in the above the engine. Yeah, that's going to peel off really easy. This one is a bit cracked, savable. Off a lot easier with just a bit of warm water. Because 6 degrees in the garage today. Just give that one a few more seconds. And there we have all 4. And these wheels look very, very good. Axle's quite clean. Right, I think the most damage on the casting in this Ferrari is just this ribbed edge. So what I'm going to do is just take a flat file. Just try and smooth it out a bit. Can't fill it, it's too small. You might just be able to tidy the edge up. So that's what I'm trying to do. And it feels a bit better already. There. So I'll keep working on that. Then this whole lot will be straight into primer. As you can see, I've got a perfectly good Berlinetta, not Corgi, to go against. And this rear here that you can see, just there, that shouldn't be there. So I've already smoothed one file out with a file, and I'm going to do the other. I didn't think it should be, it's too ugly for a Ferrari, that finish. We're back with our Ferrari GTO. It's had a coat of primer. These lines here, I don't know if you can see them in the light, let me see, you can see them, were so strong I didn't think there could be casting lines, but they are, so they've got to go. Well, our Ferrari is out of paint, as you can see, and she was painted red gloss, which has gone on really nice. So what we're left with now is the interior, which has had some primer on it, and it's the cockpit, the headlights and the engine all in one. So what we're going to do, the engine's going to be 3 colours, the base will be matte, cabin's going to be black. So we'll get on with that. What I like to do before I start is just do a bit of assembly. So we've got the 2 petrol tanks, they're going to be 2 colours. We've got the engine, got the inlet valves, got the seats, got the chrome lights, and we've got a bit of bumper showing here at the front as well. And there we can see it. If I put the base plate back on, what we've got to do, we've got a bit here round here as well on this base plate. So just take that apart and then we can get started. So first thing we're going to do is get the black of the cockpit sorted. And I know this won't be seen to the back of here, but I'm going to do this to the back. Because the engine cover should be obscuring this part of the car. The beauty about painting and not spraying these is you can normally get everything done in one go. It dries a lot quicker. These 250 Le Mans cars are gorgeous looking, stunning cars with that engine in the rear. It's only 4 degrees in the garage at the moment. I've had a bit of heat on. It started at 2.5. I know this bit's not going to be seen, but I'll just make it neat and tidy. Any missed bits? Right. Now for the dash. Let's go with the grooves there on the dashboard. I'll take a closer look to see if I can see any detail on the dashboard, but I've not noticed any detail on the dashboard so far, and it would be pretty invisible in terms of size anyway. Try and do behind the steering wheel. It'll never be seen, but let's do it anyway. Right, we've got the matte paint for the engine now. The black's still a bit wet, but we're not going to be near that, so let's just get this matte colour in. I'm going to do those engine heads black. Didn't want to do them black straight away. That looks okay. That looks okay. So we'll stop that there. Right, what we can do while we're waiting is do the headlights with a liquid chrome pen. I think my pen's just dried up. Oops, and that's why I don't put pens normally straight onto the model, because I just gave it a nudge there, as you saw, and hopefully you can see splodge of chrome. Waste not, want not. Just get a brush. And that has actually driven us to picking up the pace a bit. So now we can do the front. You won't be able to see these lights from the side. But, let's make sure the edges are properly covered. Right. Now, I had got the wheels ready anyway, so might as well get those done. Not forgetting, we've got the wheel that was in the boot. Now you may wonder, I de-chromed this, why I did it, to repaint it. Well, this is different colour chrome, I'm sure. I want it to match the wheels on the outside, on the car. And there we are. We'll put that in a safe place with a dashboard. Now there was a bit more to do. Let me see if I can remember where that was. Yeah, it was at the rear of the car. Try not to get my hand in the way. And I think we can leave that there. Just taking a look at the glass of our Berlinetta 250 Le Mans, and it's not too bad, but I'm just going to give it a go over first with a bit of clean 5000 wet and dry. And I think then just to polish with the auto salt. Feels really smooth now. Check we've done the edges. Just give it a dry off with a clean paper towel. Bit more work to do, might have to drop a grade of paper, I think. You can see there, it's especially down this left side, it's got a few scrapes. So I'll get on with that. I'll go down to 2000 and see if I can do any better. Okay, we're back with our windscreen. It's had a bit of autosol on it and it's looking a lot shinier and better. So I think we're ready to dunk it in the floor polish. And she is off to look lovely, as I'm sure you can see there. We'll put that in a safe place where I can remember where I put it, because I have a habit of losing things lately. Well, as you can see, I printed my first box. Quality's okay. I do know I could get this image on the box a bit sharper. So that's the first one I've done, because I've got two Berlinettas. I did one in paper first, and it all fits quite neatly onto a piece of A4. So the first thing I did was just cut out the major excess. Off the end, and then just get a metal ruler and go down the edges. Now this is normal card, you can get it at Poundland, it's nothing special. 15 sheets for £1, 200 GSM. I think my printer would take something a bit bigger, which might help improve quality. This is quite a matte type finish here. Wait. Let's give it a go. I always made the boxes tight anyway. And she's in. She does fit. So it's just a matter of tidying a couple of edges up, gluing it down, and we've got a box for when our red Ferrari's ready. As you can see, our little Ferrari is out of paint, and there's time to start a bit of detailing. First with the Molotow pen. There's a light here on each side and the door handles to do. So I've got my usual 50 pen, hoping that's going to do the job again. I'm going to try and share this with you. See where we are. It's first handle done. I'm not happy with my 50 brush. It's not gone to the point it normally does. See if I can force it into a point. It's a bit better. So 2 handles done. I am actually having hard trouble seeing the outline of this light in this particular lighting setup. That's a bit better. That's the first front light. Onto the second. And there we have 2 lights, 2 handles. Put that down, leave it for a while. Now I've already put a different red on the rears, and I think there should be half and half with the orange. So I'm just going to do that. There we are. Top indicators, I think that's how Ferraris looked. Now there are some side indicators to do. That's one done. There is a casting line there, but it's difficult to use. There's 2. Just a bit more. There's 2 indicators, front, side and rear. front and rear, depending how you look at it. Job's a good one. Right, we're just going to start looking at the decals. Now this one, this rear stripe goes down the middle, starts about there, and that's where it's going to finish, just in front of that dot. Sometimes I use scissors for cutting, sometimes I use the knife. It's a clean stick. That looks spot on. Now what's going to have to go on there is a number 4. It's got a few number 4s. And it's a bigger one on the rear. And it goes to the rear towards the back. Now I'm in a bit of dilemma because on the actual model this was 2 parts, this line, and the 4 was in the middle and there was a bit of red between it. So what I've got to do really is cut the decal in half with 2 or 3 millimeters to spare. And I've just got to think about whether I want to do that or not, because it's a bit of a faff and I only spotted it when I was having a really detailed look at the decals. Right, I've decided to go for it, and as you can see, these aren't attached. I found the right circle in this template to just cut around. Just need to hold that decal down while I cut it, and that's cut. And to be honest, it ain't made a great deal of difference. Got my number 4 stuck. Now there's my number 4. I know that's at the bottom of that. So I know that's at the top. So that should look like that, and the red should come through. That's what I'm hoping for anyway. Right, put that down. Right, here we go. Oops. In some water. Now you may be wondering, he's doing the decals early, and I'm doing the decals early this time because I'm leaving my paint a lot longer to dry, 3 or 4 days, which means I have to have 3 or 4 models in progress at the same time. So as well as a Ferrari, we've got this Beetle going on. We've got 2 Matchbox Specials Mustangs going on. We've got a truck in progress, a Peterbilt truck. We've got Fiat X19, and we've got a Hawker Siddeley 125 Domini Jet in progress. So I know that one of them, and I never know which one, I'm hoping it's the Ferrari this week, but the little Fiat's in the wings if anything goes wrong. I know one of them's always ready and the paint's going to be hard. Right, let's have a look at that. Right, that seems to be ready. Right, I've got to choose the middle. That's the big thing here. And that looks middle to me. Right, can now go with our number 4. I've got another yellow stripe if this all goes wrong. That's a benefit of printing your own decals. You can have as many as you want, and if you get them off before they dry, it's really easy to start again. Right, here we go. Let's move on up. Get another bud on that. Soak up some water that's floating about. Stray bit of debris there as well. That looks okay. I'm going to go with that. Put that to one side. Not sure if something's happening with my paint. Right, going to go with the Ferrari badge on the front. Right, going with the Ferrari badge on the front. Now we have got a bonnet catch there to help centre this. So if you can see that line of sight, we've got the Ferrari badge and the bonnet badge. That should be up the middle. And it looks okay to me. Moved it a bit, but can move it back. So we've just got the numbers on the side to do now, on the doors. These were cut out with a punch. Unfortunately, the bigger 4s, which I had on standby for the rear, were bigger than cut out manually. It's a lot easier if they fit a punch. You get a locked circular number. Right, so let's pick the best ones so far. They'll all be punched a bit different. That's the worst. I think those two are the best. Here we go with our first number 4. To me, level with the door handle in the middle of the door. I've seen various ones where they're pushed up the front here at the front of the door. I want mine in the middle. I'm looking at this square on, you're at a slight angle, but that suits me. Suits me, sir. Suits me. Other side. Right, We're on with the other side now. And if we look at that side, centre of the door, top just on that door line. Right, I'm going to go with that. I can leave those there. So save the spare decals for another model later. And she's looking good. She's looking good. We are finally ready to put our little Ferrari together. It has been difficult. I've had about 5 goes. I've chipped the paint on the roof. I've had to file down the hinge mechanism. I've severely filed down these. So let's move on. Firstly, the suspension bits. They just push in. They're going to be fine. So we'll put that down there, ready. Get the main body, put the tailgate in, the engine cover. It's fitted in nicely. That was held in by the glass. And even that's giving a bit of trouble now, and it's first time it's done it. There we go, the glass is in. Then the dashboard. And that holds everything in there. Next, whoops, the pins come out. Both of them. Anyway, not to matter. Put them in at the end. That is lights. Let's now put the pins in, the suspension pins. Then the wheels and axles, and finally the base plate. And there she is, flush at last, front flush. Bit of work to do at the back. I've got 2 little engine pipes to put on there, but that has been difficult, believe me, that's been difficult. I've also had to cut down rivets, etc. But I'm just tell you what, I'm so concerned. I'm just off to have one more look. I'm not holding this so tight to hold it together. We allowed that little gap. Might be something on there. Just have a look. Right, we're good to go. Now, what I'm going to do, because this has been quite tormenting is the word I would use, tormenting in the least, is get a bit of glue. There'll be no going back from this. Partly sits on there. I'll have to put the glue for my rivets in first. And there we have it. Then I'm putting my base on. I think that is my rear rivet. Yes, it's my front rivet. Yes. I've had to really work hard on those rivets. I've cut them down, I've shaved them. She's looking quite good. Oh, that is so pleasing to see, believe me. This has been quite traumatic. And we're still not there. But that looks good. So I'm going to leave that there a minute while I go and get a drink, a well-deserved drink. Probably a large scotch, actually, the way things have gone. Well, this is what we started with. A very play-worn Ferrari Berlinetta, number 4. Great looking car, great shape. I hope you've enjoyed the video, because here's what we've ended up with. Well, here is our little Ferrari. She's provided a bit of a tussle. I've had to touch up the paint on the top there. I'm not sure if you can see it on the video. I've got to do a bit more work on her. I might even take her apart and respray her. I had this paint work really good, but I fitted it about 5 times in assembly to try and get rid of the line, the gap between the body and the base plate, and I did get it done on one side, but I couldn't on the other, and that led to inevitable chips on the paintwork, fingerprints. I've given it a polish, I've touched it up, and it still looks okay, it's passable, but I wanted more than passable, to be honest, and that's why I sound a bit disappointed. It sort of threw me. It's taken a lot of time, but I have learnt a lot. So I don't mind sharing it. They're not always perfect. They don't always meet the aspirations you have for them. But it's a lovely shaped car, and that's what makes this car for me. The shape of it is absolutely gorgeous. A Le Mans winner for Ferrari. Not this particular version, I think it was the P version, was a Le Mans winner in 1965. So a great heritage to this one. Now let me just try and lift the tailgate up. Okay, I've lifted the tailgate up. Just had to support it with a cocktail stick, as you can see. So you can see the spare wheel's gone on now. That rear tailgate does wobble a bit, and it did before, and that's what's caused the chipping on the roof there. I hope you've liked this video. Please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you next week with another video. But for now, what I'm going to do is put on that second Ferrari I have to compare to this one. The other Ferrari is a box model 1/43 scale. Slightly bigger than the one I have. Looks beautiful in yellow. Really nice. Nicely done, that one, by the manufacturer. And rather than put them both in the cabinet as I normally do, because I've done boxes, I'm gonna put them in the boxes this time to end the video. So thank you for watching, and I will see you again next week. And there we have our 2 Ferraris waiting to go into their boxes. Ferrari 250. Thank you.